Welcome to the Black Bar Podcast. I am Olori.
I am Eka. Hi, everyone.
And I'm Effie.
Okay. Hello to those in UAR. The internet connection seems quite improved, despite heavy downfall that was reported in the vicinities. Abidi. Anyway, let's just move on. Okay. So, Effie, do you want to tell us why you dislike Ade Tiger as an introductory subject? Do you want to
No,
give
I
us?
don't dislike him. I just feel like the way people were hyping him, I don't think he played. I don't know personally. Like I didn't notice him as well as much as it seems like the whole of Nigeria noticed him. Because I mean, I feel like as a what's it called as a Kini. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think his character for me. I don't think it
Supporting
was
lead.
as. Yeah, I don't think he was that. To be honest, even Reminisce, the few minutes he was on screen was more. I don't know. For me, I'm not saying he's a bad actor or anything, but I'm saying it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, sure. It wasn't as captivating as people were making it seem.
I won't disagree. I don't think his acting was bad. I think maybe
Just
what
yeah,
the issue
okay,
is in a movie that had pretty good acting, at least in my opinion.
yeah.
If you, it may be hard for him to stand out. Let me put it that way, right?
Yeah.
So I think Shola delivered her lines flawlessly, in my
Mhm.
opinion. I think Reminisce was strong. Um, I think the casting of some other people that typically their accents bother me, but I think it kind of worked in this scenario. So I think when you have everybody else bringing in their A game because they left them in their element,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? I think that it may be hard for someone who is, probably doing a decent job to stand out.
Mm,
Yeah, so I think that's
yeah.
what's a day tags got caught up
Yeah.
um in. Bidder hasn't made there's a bigger fish on the community. Because our sister, our dear brethren, Auntie Annie Macaulay Dibia, decided to call out her husband
Mm,
yesterday. So the context here is that Two-Face Idibia, which is one of our biggest Nigerian musicians,
Mm.
right? Prior to his marriage to his current wife, he had, I think at the time, 6 kids by 3 women, including his current wife. And there was a lot of controversy around how he even got engaged to the current wife because when they had their kid together, he had gone back to one of the baby mamas who then got pregnant for him again and then came back to the current wife. So there was a lot of messiness around just his baby mamas and him. Be that as it may, he married his wife because the wife has been there with him since his early days in the industry. So he went back to to her. So recently, the wife has come out on social media to call him out, saying that she has been very patient, very understanding of the situation. That she gets that he has 7 kids as of right now by 3 different women, but there are boundaries. There are rules to this game. Do you get what I'm saying? So she is specifically angry, or she thinks that his baby mamas have used the kids to try nonsense with her, to cross boundaries with her, and he's allowing it. Specifically, one baby mama, Pero, who lives in the US, I believe, she believes that the relationship is beyond just co-parenting. She thinks that there has been some lines crossed that have violated her place as a wife, and she's calling out him and her, as her husband and the baby mama for the violation. She didn't really call out any recent specific event, but she referenced a trip to Disney World, I think pre-COVID, so maybe 2019, where he took his kids with the lady who is in America to Disneyland or Disney World, and apparently they all stayed in the same apartment. So she had an issue with the fact that he took them to Disneyland or Disney World and they stayed in the same apartment, and that even when he comes to visit his kids in the lady's house, for whatever reason, they stay together in the same apartment versus him getting a hotel, for example. So those are her key issues that she highlighted. And then his family members have come out to say that basically they dislike Annie, which is the wife. And Annie has basically also said that yes, she knows that they don't like her. And I think she's claiming that it's because she's trying to protect her husband from their lychee behavior. And then they are saying that it's a lie that if a family of peace prior to her coming in, they've tried to work with her for their brother's sake, but it's not working out. And so they are, abusing her and her mother and accusing them of jazz, basically, and also drug intake as well. So that is the basis of the argument. The reason why the issue of stance comes to play is, do you blame a lady who went with a man that has a track record, right? Because as I said, prior to this marriage, the revolving door around all three baby mamas seemed to be open because they all have more than one kid for him. So it wasn't like a back-to-back thing. He will go to this one, have one kid, go to the next one, have another kid, come back to this one, have another kid. So do you why is Annie acting brand new if you knew that this was the man you got married to? And then there's the side of, I gave you a second chance, you seem to have changed, because there hasn't been any new kid since he married Annie. So
We
whatever
don't know.
that we are aware of, or that we are aware of. So whatever birth control method that has been implemented seems to have worked. So that's basically the background story. Is, do you say, okay, yes, when we were not married, okay, fair game, but married now, you made a commitment, right? Should you be held accountable for your actions now, right? Then there's the role of, okay, the baby mamas, should they stay away? Is it, do they have any obligation to protect Annie, the wife, in their dealings with Two-Face, right? So those are all the different factions, and then there's the family side that we'll address later. But those are the factions that are on the table on this issue. So Eka, thanks for the reminder. Let's proceed. Eka.
Ah, God. Do you know the problem about this whole thing? I am so disappointed. Annie, and I believe one day I'll get to know her full name. It might be Aniekan. It might be Anieti, because she's from my side. Annie is just, the whole thing is just sad. Why it was sad for me and it made me angry is simply because all of us have seen this relationship with Vim, like hypo. We have been seeing it since. It's not as if it is a fresh thing that has happened now that anyway, we don't know exactly the content of what made Annie get pissed off to the point where she came on social media, because truth be told, we have never seen her do this before. Why I'm sad is because I thought there was an arrangement, one. Two, it is still the same person, this Pero, that had, because I believe that because Two-Face, for the ones we know, he has two baby mamas and then a wife. Annie is the
Wife that
wife.
was promoted, just to be clear, she was the third, was promoted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Annie wife, Sumbo, Pastor Sumbo, one baby mama who lives in Nigeria with Annie, and then Pero, who is in the USA, who is the third baby mama. Now, number one flag for me is that, as Olori said, before the marriage, he had how many children? 6, Abby?
Yes.
Or 5 and 1 in the stomach?
No. Because it was at the engagement when he proposed to Annie that Pero gave birth to her last kid for him. So he was 6 at that point. So Annie now, after marriage, added the 7th.
So he had 6 children from 3 women.
Yeah.
So the first flag for me is the fact that Two-Face rotated around these 3 women. It's not as if now, if we look at the case of Choma Davido now, is one in America, one in this place, one in that place, one in Nigeria. Do you understand?
Right.
So it's like, okay, I'm done with you. I'm moving on. Next one, score go here. If we look at Wizkid, obviously these are small boys in comparison to Father Abraham of Two-Face. But if we look at Wizkid, one in US, one in America, one in one in US, one in UK, one in US, one in Nigeria. I don't know if you guys are getting my point. My point is that this Peru, because I doubt if Sumbo is Annie's problem. She called out Peru and she called out the trip from America. And Sumbo is married to another person. She's a pastor. She's minding her business. I believe her. And I see that Annie interacts with Sumbo's kids. But then I've never seen in a friendly manner, because I believe Sumbo has moved on. this Pero, Shebi, Annie did not see that this woman is a problem. Because you've been fighting her since 3 children with one person. One, a mistake. Two, second mistake. The third one while being engaged. Ha. That is why if it's hard for me to say I stand with Annie. Why I say that is because which kind of blind love did she enter like this?
No, let me add some color to the for those
Hey,
who don't remember, right?
hey.
The moment leading up to the engagement, right? Because I think maybe for a brief moment she underestimated the whatever the link is with Two-Face and Pero.
Pero.
Because if you remember, she had her first child while she was not married to him, right? And then they were on a break, because you remember her giving the story about how they got engaged. They were kind of on a break, or like
Yes,
not
yes, I
on the
remember
best
that.
terms, right? I think it was during that time that he got back with Pero to give her another pregnancy,
Okay.
right? And then maybe him and Pero hit a rough patch during that same pregnancy, if that makes sense. Because I
Yeah.
remember him proposing to Annie on Valentine's Day, and Pero
Mm-hmm.
giving birth either a week before or a week after. So I think Annie may have thought that, okay, now that I'm moving on, right? And it seems like you and Pero are fighting, and you have also decided to move on, right? And you're willing to even go the extra mile to bring a ring.
Propose. Yeah.
That means you really want to commit. So maybe this is really, we've really reached our Israel in this relationship. Not knowing that Pero was just, it was a little hiccup in their relationship. Not knowing that Pero is playing the game of, I may not have the ring, but I'm your senior wife in this
In this
in
game.
this game. And I think that's maybe where Annie miscalculated in seeing that if that whatever hold she thought Pero had, if he's willing to even forfeit that to marry Annie,
Mm.
that maybe that hold has been broken. But be that as it may, the story today seems different. Effie, do you want to give us
Face.
Yeah, good. Let me just say, at the beginning of this whole thing going on, I supported Annie, but then I remembered that you knew who you were getting married to. So I don't know if I can even say she's a victim. On one hand, she's probably a victim. On the other hand, it's like, if you keep accepting the same thing and you keep going back, are you really a victim? But this whole Peru thing, like,
But can I push back? Right? In the sense of, I keep on bringing the fact that there is no known kid that we know.
yeah.
I may be wrong, that we know. And other than this Pero, no other woman has claimed. But I'm not saying that Two-Face has not cheated. I'm not saying that. But there's been no like her only public problem, and this is not the first time, has always been Pero. No other woman, no other kid. So I think that there's some element. I want to give her a pass in thinking that, okay, this guy seemed to have changed with the commitment to marry, and I haven't had major issues except this lady.
Yes, definitely. That's what I'm saying. On one hand, Shika, because the way people are coming for Annie, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, these people, they've known themselves for such a long time. When people have known themselves for long, and then, okay, whatever, they didn't date, then they dated, and they didn't. But it's like, this Peril is, I mean, I'm going to even come to Two-Face. I don't care if you're a legend. If you have a nonsense, disgusting, useless way of treating people, then I'm going to come for you. But let me finish with Peril. Peril is, I don't know, but Pero has always been Annie's problem. I remember a few years ago when they did that nonsense video where they were hugging and crying. Like, come on now. What are you doing? When they were hugging, they were like, we're now family. And everybody was saying that this Pero is not ready to leave this guy. And he stopped this pretending to be this thing. So it's sad that she's still dealing with Pero even till now. Like, these kids are grown up. She and Pero have been fighting even before Pero had children for Two-Face. And it's unfortunate. Now, the main problem that I personally have is Two-Face Idibia. You keep, like, you've never been faithful to a woman in your life. And then somehow, because of the society we live in, oh, he's a man, he's entitled to how many wives he wants. Okay, if you're that, then just come straight and tell your wife, look, Annie, you're the first, but I want to marry another wife. People cannot be excusing nonsense behavior and saying, oh, Annie knew. Okay, yes, Annie knew. we're not in that marriage. We don't know what he told Annie after marriage.
Yeah.
Because everything Two-Face was doing prior to marriage is it, like she excused it. Maybe he said, "Oh, Annie, I'll change. I love you, blah blah." And he's like, "Okay, I'll marry you." We don't know what he's telling her in the house. So for people to come out and say, "Oh, why did you come on social media?" This woman is. I mean, I don't think I've seen Annie rant about Two-Face. I've seen
Yeah.
her. I've seen her say things about Peru, and not she. I don't think she even came out straight. She was just like, "Oh, that something." But she's never put her marital problems on social media. So for her to come and put it, and then people are saying, "Oh, you did this, you did that." What even anger? I think for me, why I was really hot about this is because just a few months ago, Two-Face gave one nonsense. Personally, I think it's bullshit, but he gave one nonsense interview about, "Oh, this is why I married Annie." And then you now come and be treating this woman like this. And then people will be saying, suffer. Suffer for what? This girl has suffered. As far as I'm concerned, she has suffered. Now, unfortunately, she let herself suffer. But the thing is, when you've known someone, I think Annie knew Two-Face when she was 15. He's almost 10 years older than her. So it's like, she's known this guy, like, maybe Two-Face is even the first person she slept with. We don't know. But she has known him since she was a teenager.
Yeah.
And then you're saying that, oh, it's her fault. No, the guy gave one flimsy excuse of, oh, I went round, I slept with these women, and he was there when I didn't have money, kiniko, and you're still messing her up. Like, it's ridiculous. She knew, but then, why are you doing this? Why is the guy doing
I like the point that you brought up, because to me, the first time she came out in code, right, a few years ago, it was to drag Pero, or whatever the name is, right? So to me, I stand with her in the sense of the man we're fighting about. Like me and you fight is very, very simple to resolve. The man in the middle should make a choice, right? So I like that she called out the main man in this particular call out. That yes, like let's not hide.
Always picking the woman.
Yeah, you are involved in this. If you pick a side, right? Pero will not like. There is no man that has a baby mama that if he doesn't want her to cross boundary, doesn't know how to do it.
Yes,
that man doesn't exist. So for me, is Two-Face has to lay down the law to Pero, and even if because the other angle that is Pero holding his kids over his head.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, I don't know that I believe that it's Pero that is using the kids to blackmail. I don't know. I don't know that I believe that.
I don't believe it.
I think that he just likes to have his cake and eat it too.
Yes.
Right. So that's where so and that's why I want to focus, because to me, I'm like, Annie should have known better. But I also believe that if someone tells you that, okay, I'm going to change, I'm going to do better, right?
Most people
I think
will
that
wait.
There is room for you to believe that, especially as I know marriage is not the end all be all, but when a guy who has been in the streets, right, decides to commit to marriage, I think that is a believable sign. Whether he's going to go through is a different, but it's a believable, because what broke up Ifeanyi and
every time
Davido and Chichi, right?
Yeah.
They were supposedly planning to get married. I know that on the interview with that he had with Bolanle, right? He was saying how like, oh, they wanted to get married, but because of the pressure, they now had to like, take their own time, right? I'm like, that's a man that wasn't ready to get married, because what does it take? What does it take to put on a wedding? You get what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like if a man on the streets, right, decides to doff, off his cap of the streets and say, I want to get married, whether he'll be faithful or not is a different thing. But like that is a true sign of like
commitment.
Yeah, I can't fault a woman that takes that sign seriously, if that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Like, so I don't blame her for that. But maybe in the but another thing that why I say I stand with her is this, because I think it's a delicate situation dealing with a man that has other kids by other women, right? Where do you draw the line between trying to prevent him from his kids and being jealous, if that makes sense, right? Because I think the issue that she cited, you go and visit these kids in America and you stay in the same house with Pero and the kids. You go to Disneyland and stay in the same house with them, right? Now, I think this is where the gray area comes in. As someone that doesn't have any emotions in the issue, right? I'm like, okay, it's the same house, right? It makes it easy to for the kids to wake up to you. So it's the same house, it's not the same room. I think that's fair, right? Yeah. But knowing what you know about Pero and this man, a simple thing becomes something that you don't have to a
Overthink.
monitor. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is where for me, I think the Two-Face comes in, right? Because
Yes, you're
she
the one
she
that's
she is
married to
trying
her.
to walk with you. You have several kids, different women, right? Know how you will not see your kid and not see the mother. They're all underaged
Yeah.
kids. So she's trying to walk with you, right? You walk with her by saying, okay, if the issue is, right, staying in the same house, I will stay in the hotel. Last, I will wake up at 7 a.m.
Mhm.
and come to the house with the kids. Or maybe for the week that I'm there, I'll do Airbnb. Let the kids come and stay, with me.
Mhm.
At least meet your wife halfway. I think that's where the issue is, which is
Yeah,
back to Two
exactly.
Face. Back to Two Face. Sorry, Eka,
No.
did you want to come into the discourse?
Annie has failed me. Annie has failed me. Me.
Like, I
All
so
this
agree.
while you people are talking. Annie disappointed me because this kind of thing, you keep quiet before they'll say you're putting sand inside somebody's garage.
Mm-hmm.
Annie failed me since that time they did proposal. But then I said,
True.
let me keep
I was so
quiet and
uh,
say, let me keep quiet and hope for the best.
and you see
But
this
failed
Instagram
me.
or for
Yeah, failed me in the sense of, baby girl, don't take this shit. That's what
don't.
I was looking at. Like this, because we can sit down and talk all this one now, but this love, it should not be this blind. God forbid.
Yes.
But I'm saying
Abba.
maybe she thought she had a changed man at that point. That's what I'm
That's
trying to
what I'm also
explain.
saying.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
at
But
that
the
point in time,
challenge is you cannot have a changed man when there is a Delilah there now. We are talking about somebody. I still go back to the point
no, but
of,
Eka, check it
you
out,
don't
right?
understand. No, wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
I still go back to the point of, you're talking about a changed man. Is
Mm-hmm.
okay. Is Pero a changed woman?
No,
We
but
the
for a
three
changed
children
man,
for one
no, but for a
see.
changed man, for us, changing is not important. For a changed man,
Sister, you temptation is in your front like this for a man. You're telling me change man. She had see. My issue is
Three
that
children. I think that's like the
that's
major
what
thing.
I'm saying. You
If you had
have
just one
this man.
child, like
If there was just one child, I'll say okay. We can say Two-Face is a change man all that time. Good. Thank God for his life. But the problem is that him and the person that has not changed, which is Pero, have three
mhm,
children together. He is an involved father. He's involved in the life of
exactly.
this girl. Even if it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. If Pero says she wants to target him and Two-Face lose guard small in his changed man,
Also,
Annie will be having high BP every
but
time.
yeah.
but this is
We
but
are
no, but
lucky
no,
self that Pero is not even in Nigeria. If
but
not,
this is where no, but this is where I'm pushing back. I said
uh-huh,
whether it's a man or a woman, we all know how to keep at distance someone that we don't want to come close to us. For
uh-huh.
example, if they are said that okay, Two Face, if you sleep with Sparrow again, right, you will die. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure he will find a way to
Hmm.
manage the
My
scenario. What I'm
sister.
saying is that the man that we thought was like because to me, if a man is changed, right? Because see, we're all imperfect. We all know our
Yeah.
weak points. So what do you
Mm-hmm.
do as someone that is serious about commitment? You create um walls or boundaries. For example,
Mm-hmm.
right? What is Annie? I'm not saying that Annie should give up her life, but if this
Mm.
parole issue is a big deal for us, I don't think Two-Face sees his kids maybe more than once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
Go with Annie. Go with her,
Exactly.
right? Let us stay in the Airbnb. How will Pero find a way to the Airbnb where the wife is there? So for me, what I'm saying is that it's not easy, right? You have kids with her, you cannot cut her off. But if you're committed to the union of your marriage, right? There are many works that I think Two-Face is not doing to protect Annie's heart in this
Good. So
kidding.
now this change man that you're talking, see it's now, nah.
No,
Shebi
that I'm
this is
saying.
change.
So
That
like
that
Annie, we all
They,
there was a miscalculation
yeah.
in
no
that.
But
see.
can I also say,
The this is why when somebody prays and says, God, why after all these signs? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signs.
it's too much.
Abba. I'm really well, that's why I'm airing out my disappointment in Annie is because, and I can't even face to face. I can't face to face because like, what manner of a man? I need, like,
Terrible. Rubbish.
Annie needed to be strong. This is a
Yes.
fine babe. That's no, it's a
It's
disappointing thing,
necessary.
because this, how many years now, and then this is still
Exactly.
coming up. What's pissing me off is that how many years have passed and this thing is still coming up. You can't keep on battling. The
You
suffer head is
can't.
too much.
It's
It's too
crazy.
much. How
It's
bad?
crazy.
For
Like,
what now?
and
As
the
in,
thing,
it's so much. What I'm trying to say is that, especially before marriage, you have given, 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 given.
exactly, with
During
nothing.
marriage, you're giving, 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 and this has landed us here again. My own issue, why I keep on putting the point of, because we as women need to learn to, I don't know how to put,
Yeah.
whether it's esteem or be strong. It's not about
Yes.
who wins the man and carries the ring in the end, because as
It's
we
not
can
by the
see
ring.
now,
Like,
it's
he
not
has never
about
stopped anybody.
having Idibia at the back of her name now, because she's stressed. That is the problem. Because
That's
for
why she
me, it
came
looks,
online to
yeah,
like
because
rant.
for me, it looks like, with everything that has happened, for me, it just looks like she was very, it was like proud moment that after, at last, Nami win,
Finally.
last, you
Yeah.
get that kind of thing. And that is not supposed to be, because do you know why it is a problem? In all this gloating of last, Nami win, it is,
You
you're
don't win.
fighting for somebody that is not even ready
Worse.
to be. You
Exactly.
understand? Like, you're not winning. You've lost now.
Lost.
No,
Me,
but I'm saying
I
all
don't
this
want
is
to be
easy
angry.
to say in hindsight. At the
That's
time,
what
because
I'm
I said
saying.
Annie was, as far as I was concerned at that period, she was on the verge of moving on. That okay, I've had
Yes.
a kid for you. You still went back to Peru. Okay, so I've tried, right?
Mm,
You now came back to find her where she was, did a whole public proposal, a storybook wedding.
I
So for me, I can understand how someone that is still in love with you and trying to
mm.
move on is seeing she wants to believe the best in you, and you're showing her signs,
To
right?
be honest,
She
it's
didn't
not
go and do
easy.
kayamata for you.
It's not easy. Yeah,
I said
it's
that
not
she was
easy.
on her own. She was on her own. So
can I
Mm.
for
also say, I
me,
think
yeah, sorry.
because even in the call out, she called out enablers, which included his brother, I think his manager. So it's like, okay, my husband might be a useless man, but how come the family, okay, she now said, I don't know, she claimed they did not never liked her. I don't know if that's true, because I know one time they claimed his mother did not like Pero and said over her dead body will Two-Face marry Pero. So he now moved to Annie or whatever. So it's like you're enabling this man, because the thing is, people are not understanding that it's adultery at the end of the day. Whether she came on social media to rant or she's not supposed to bring her family, this man has committed adultery, according to Annie. Annie is implying that, look, because the thing happened before COVID, according to his brother, but it's like, okay, maybe something else has happened now that now made her to come and
Exactly.
talk.
I think there's a trigger that she's not coming out to tell us fully what that
Exactly.
Mm.
So
happened. Yeah.
yeah, something has happened, but she's not going to say what it is. But she just brought that up to just say, look, I'm done. Like, you guys have enabled him for how many years and whatever. Then another thing is, I feel like we push too much about women empowerment, but we forget, even people empowerment, but we forget that I feel like people need to study emotional intelligence, because a lot of people are lacking in it. You can be smart, so you can have intelligence, street smart.
True.
If you don't know how, if you don't have emotional intelligence, you're going to
Somebody
hurt
will
people and
mess
people
you
will
up.
hurt you. Exactly. And
Yes.
then emotional independence also. Because if Annie was, she was okay with herself, you won't, like, you'll be like, this guy is useless. You can't be just coming up and down every time. Like, you'll be like, okay, no problem. Innocent, I know you love me, but this can't work. And then you move on, because you know that there are other people. Like, Annie, no matter what people say about her, it's like, you're not the ugliest woman in the world. You're not the laziest. Because people were saying, oh, it's because Two-Face had money. Like, which money?
No,
Like,
he
yes,
didn't have
that
money
thing.
when they were dating in the beginning
Exactly.
now.
But let me say two things. One, where I disagree with Annie on what you just said, Effie, is the enablers. I'm sorry, but the box stops with your man. Like the enablers are there for what they can eat. So I don't expect
Mm.
them to say, Baba, don't
You not
go to bed.
try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like please, everybody
Yeah,
is hustling for
but
their
you will
own.
still no, but you will still call them out, because it's like married women that call out their husband's friends for enabling. Like, you take my husband to a bar or a strip club,
No,
and then he will cheat.
Effie, I don't disagree in principle, but I'm saying that's wasted efforts.
It
Yeah,
is, because them, they are
yeah.
there for what they can
For
get.
what they can get. So I
So
don't expect
they don't
them
care about you.
to, yeah, even if they agree with you, I don't expect them to put their own feeding before your own. So to me, I'm like,
uh,
Annie, let's take that out of the call out first of all. Now,
Yeah,
secondly, of this whole emotion, I completely agree with you. But again, I'm
yeah.
going back to how reality tends to
It's
work.
not easy.
A
It's not
man that you
easy.
like is showing not as in, not that you're hoping for the change. He's showing you signs of the change. What you've been asking for years of his of,
Mm,
you know, of
Yeah.
his of his own will. He's doing
he
it
has
Mm.
given it
now.
to
It's easy to be swept off by that. Number one. Number two, he has kids.
Mm.
We can't say because a man has kids, don't deal with him, right? But what
Mm.
then that means is that you have to now manage the mothers of the kids as well. And so she is
Mm.
trying as a good woman to say, I would not be the reason why you don't see
your
your
Yeah.
kids.
kids. Yeah.
So she has to allow him to see the Pero kids and the Sumbo kids,
Mm,
right?
Mm.
Where the issue is coming in is the line crossing, and that's where I keep on going back to, because there's no way that she can say don't go see your kids with Pero. There is no way,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
mm.
to me it's hard trying to, so because sometimes in hindsight it's easy for to say you should have left at the first kidney, but
Yeah.
in the scenario you're like, okay, he wants to go and see his kids. What really can I do or say to stop? Doesn't you get what I'm saying? Because one, you don't have
Yeah.
real proof that he's sleeping with her yet.
Mm,
You
mm,
get what
mm,
I'm
mm.
saying? It's only your own hunch, right? He is saying, I need to go and see my kids. What evidence do you want to say no? So that way I feel like there's some back and forth in these things, right?
Yeah.
But at some point you have to say, okay,
Mm.
I've tried for you, I've done my best. I don't think you have my own interest at heart.
Interest at heart.
Let us all answer our father's last name and
Last
be going
name and
home.
move on.
Exactly. So
And
that's
just know
where I
that,
think Annie needs to get to, is that okay, this
yeah,
stress, is it
it's
worth
not worth it.
is it worth it?
It's not.
As in, let me just know that I've had children with you, and that is it.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
that's
You
where she
know,
needs to get to.
that's where my point is, because why I cannot go to the other side is that is a lost cause. Pero is a lost cause. Sorry to say,
Two-Face.
but and then Two-Face too is a lost cause. If we are still talking about this one, how many
Yeah.
years later? Easy
As
because
in, it's
so that's why
crazy.
I'm focusing on Annie as to what, please,
You should have
please.
done better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you forget even should have now, please
Move on.
pack yourself and
As
do something
in,
good with yourself. I don't know what it will be, whether it is staying or whether it is leaving or whatever. I don't know what her decision will be, but whatever her decision
you
is,
should not
she
stay.
should
You
put
should not stay.
herself first. She should put herself
Exactly.
first and think of herself and also think of her children. That is
Exactly.
all I can say. Why I'm saying that because it has been too many years. This thing we are
Too
seeing,
many.
and it's not even in private. It's in public. All of us is that all of
Exactly.
us know it. So it's too much. It is too much. That is why when she has come out now, the first thing everybody is saying is that but you know
You've
that this
been.
guy is
Yeah.
this like this. This one you're coming to make noise. You understand that kind of thing, which is unfair. But then you blame people for saying that? You cannot, because
Yeah.
now it's like you carried your eye, you opened your eye and you saw it, you still entered deep
Exactly. You
water, you
still
couldn't
entered.
swim. Haba. Ah no.
No,
It's
no,
it's
no.
sad. It's really sad because there are too many people breaking up or divorcing that I didn't want to be seeing nonsense news. But then now see what has happened.
And my thing is just don't get into relationships and then don't make excuses. I keep saying it. Don't make You can make one or two or three. After the third time, like you really need to cut your losses and move on. There's no need to stay there and say I love look, love hurts. Eventually love will hurt. I keep saying there's a beginning and end to everything. So it depends on how your end is. Some people their end is terrible. Some people their end is like average. Some people their end they don't even feel it. So it's like once somebody
Wait,
starts showing
sorry.
signs.
Can I just say something? This one you're saying love hurts. What is
Mm-hmm.
the love that is hurting? I
And
don't
in
understand.
her case now, I'm saying Annie's
Oh, her
case.
own love has hurt
Her
her
own
now.
case,
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
it
Okay.
has been hurting her for years, and she has still been there. So it's like, what I mean, it's hurting you, but you're not
Is it
even
love?
looking at
Is it even love again?
exactly. Is it
Because
even love? Like, I don't know, because I don't know the kind of love people are loving. Oh, I don't know.
it's just not easy, to be honest. That's the sad
It's
truth.
not.
Because
It's
as
not.
Lori has been saying, reality is not easy to be moving on like that. Mm,
Yeah,
oh
but at
well.
some point, at some
So
point,
Okay,
no, No, I'm
You have to
just
wake up.
taking a leaf from your book now and saying it's not easy.
No, I
But
know I stand by what, but by me saying that it's not easy. Like I stand
yeah,
by that.
yeah,
But at some point in time, like after all is said
it's
and done,
too
okay, fine,
much.
I gave you a
Abba,
chance. You have now abused it again. We all have to
again
move
and
on at some
again.
point in time.
Abba.
We all have to
No.
move on. I was going to say something about Pero herself, right?
Hmm.
Yes,
Mm.
this is really at the end of the day between Annie and Two Face. But you too, Pero, as a woman, you can't live your life like because it's sweet. Do you get what I'm saying? Because he's coming to you, he's escaping from his wife to you. But I don't think that there's going to be a guarantee that if he should now leave Annie for good, right, and face you as Paki, you're not my legal wife or whatever. I don't know that he's not going to cheat on you too. So
With all
it's
due
just the
respect, like Peru has no shame. With all due respect, like I don't think she even. Because apparently, allegedly, she was even married when she had, like, when she got pregnant for Two Faces, the first child. She was married with, I think, one or two kids when she got pregnant with Two Faces, her and Two Faces' first child. So it's like, this woman is not, I don't think she cares about marriage or
Wait, so
this
she
type of thing.
has like 4 kids or 5 children or what?
Yeah, she has, well, it's four we know, because she had a
Uh,
child before. So out of Two Faces, three. With her ex husband, I think it's two. I've only seen one, Sha.
that's a lot, man.
hey,
Yeah, and
That's
she
a
was
lot.
like,
okay.
that was apparently why the man divorced her. Like
Eh?
she was having an affair with Two Face. So the man was like, okay, no,
Jeez.
Allah. She got pregnant. So guys like, oh yeah, come on, be going.
Are you serious? Hey, I
That's a
did not
lot.
even know this.
That's a lot.
Mm.
And yes, for me, I said is sweet. Do you get what I'm saying? You're the one that he comes to, that he escapes from. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There's no guarantee that if he gets with you, because I keep like, if you were that great to him, why did he choose to marry Annie? Like,
Mhm.
because I don't know that Pero would have turned down a marriage proposal. Do you get what I'm saying? So
But then the
According to our
family,
father, they are married now.
that man, oh,
That Two Face came to come and ask hand in marriage, so we don't even know.
so for
that's to
me, I
say.
just feel like even Pero, like I said, like it's between you right now, but like you two, there needs to be some self, like as Annie needs to like decide to move on at some point. You two, Pero, like
Mhm.
this can't be your life. Like he's the father of your kids, but like I don't like. Well, maybe people are different. I don't know what you want in a man, but if you don't move on, do you get what I'm saying? You're gonna keep on getting half of. Do you get what I'm saying?
To be
Yeah,
honest, can I
like
say this? I might be in the minority. I don't think Peru cares about Two Face. The woman has money. I think she's a U.S. citizen. I don't, even those children in America, with all due respect to Two Face, I think Peru, those children are on Peru's bill. Like, is Peru is the one taking care of them.
Of them, okay.
Secondly, she went to Ghana. Well, they said she has a new person that's taking care of her also, wherever she is. But like Pero does not. Pero, I think whatever Pero is doing is to spite Annie and also probably Two Face's family, because they said his mother said over her dead body. But I think Two Face would have married Pero if not for his mother, because she was rich. It's just like Lola and Paul, Peter. Lola
And
had
even
money. The
this
family.
issue with mothers, I'm like, you're a grown man. What is this whole? If my mother says I can't marry you, like
Uh,
I don't understand.
it's the same reason why his brother is saying that she used jazz on him. Like which type, when a man has time for his wife, people or girlfriend, they will say it's jazz. Like no, he cares about her. He wants to be with her. With jazz, why didn't Annie use jazz all those years? Why is it now she's using jazz? If she
And
was so desperate.
thanks for taking us there. This family member, I was responding to Eka in her call out. So the Two Faces brother calls her out as being a jazz. You know, she does juju. She's on drugs. They didn't like her. They've been managing her since. You know, and apparently this guy lives in their house. I don't know
hmm,
if he's currently still does, but from her call out,
Mm,
he lives in her house. So it's like you have a
yeah.
lot of effrontery to call me out of social media, knowing that when you come downstairs or I come downstairs, right, we
Or
will jam. And it's this issue of like Nigerian family members need to like, especially for on demand side. It is her
yes.
house. Because if you didn't feel like it was your brother's house, I think you would get some respect for yourself, right? Because the effrontery, the full effrontery.
not me. My own is not even the effrontery of Charles Idibia. So my own is the effrontery of the co-wife. There's one Charles' wife came to
Okay.
and talked. She opened her mouth. I think that is weird. It peels me off. Like I just saw a message from her as well. I said, okay, so Charles, who is the brother of Two Face, is talking.
Eh.
You too,
You
you're
too.
talking. As per child's wife. Haba now.
Mm.
Come on. At least there should be a co-wife pact as both of us enter this family together. Even though maybe I don't like you, let me just keep quiet. Haba. Even if I'm talking in the family meeting, let me not come and talk in the open.
No,
At
but
least.
it's but like
Why would she come and jump on it? As in, Charles' own is already a problem, obviously, because me, my own is the speed at which he landed and he
Yeah.
spoke, knowing fully well that the kind, your brother, all of us know that Two Face will not come and say anything.
Mm-hmm.
What gave you the right to come and talk?
my own is the lack of shame because 9 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times,
The
all
brother
of
is the
this
one
brother
sponsoring.
family
Right?
kinikon is not because you love him. Like because
It's the shit you
I've
are
been looking
getting.
at this thing, right? Because I was thinking to myself this morning, right? Many times when siblings carry their co-siblings matter on their head when it comes to their spouse, 9 out of 10 times is about
Thank
money.
you. Thank
Mm,
nine
you.
out of 10 times. And I was thought, okay, maybe the one exception, it's P Square, but that one because they had money, they're able to fight with their full chest.
mm.
So Paul is not
No
pretending
supporting
that
anybody.
yeah, that Paul is not pretending that he likes Lola. I don't like you to your face, you know it, right? But
Yes.
because of hunger, the Idibia siblings have been keeping quiet until they saw an opening, right? To
And to
come
be
in.
honest, Annie
No
has
shame.
not spoken since. So it's funny
Exactly.
how when she now spoke, to be honest, I was like, I don't know. I don't really know why. I was so
Can I
disappointed
say?
by this
Can I
Charles
say? Even
Idibia. Uh,
yeah, even her call out, she wasn't disrespectful. So for him to come with that, it's like, Oga, come on now.
Yeah.
She was not disrespectful. She was just like, I've tried. I'm not a fool. She never insulted her husband or his family. This one now came. Your mother is
No, she
jazz. Like
just said that the family has never liked her. That is
exactly.
all she said. That is the
That's all
extent to
she
which she
said.
was saying.
Uncle now brought
My
out all these
my
things. Like what's
my
that?
own issue is like, why did he like? It's like he has been waiting. Like, when
Exactly.
somebody
That's
does.
the point.
So it's true now. That means he's a family member that
Yeah.
doesn't like her.
Anyways,
I don't
I mean,
know. I
I
don't
don't know why
know.
you don't like her because I know at some point they were all close. I remember when HI
I
was in
don't even
Nigeria,
know. Yeah.
him and Annie, everybody was okay. So I mean, and these things happen. Like I've seen it happen around me in my family. You're close, the next minute you're not seeing those people. And normally, with all due respect, it comes when there's some sort of financial. Because people are saying Two
There's
Face is struggling.
always. There's always.
Exactly. Once there's financial kidney, it always you see. Well, I don't know.
Because
And then the guy using
what
her.
it is that their allocation, what the money that used to come to them now has
Exactly.
to
It's
be
not.
reduced. So you're not the
Mm,
enemy. I'm like, why
You're now
not
the
work
enemy.
for your own money? Why must you leave? I think to me, and this is where like I can't marry a man like Charles, for example,
Yeah.
because you're probably 30 or more, given from the looks, right? You're probably maybe
Mm,
30, maybe 20, maybe late 20s, early 30s, right?
is
mm,
Still
is he
living.
younger than Hyacinth?
I'm
yeah.
not
Is he the
sure.
last boy? Okay.
Yeah, he's the last one.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you're still living in your brother's house and now have this, like, it's like you don't have any shame. Like, because I don't even know what you're doing as a job. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe you're a PA to him. So your whole life is all
Me,
tied
I
to.
can't believe he's living till.
Don't mind
Wow,
her.
wow, I read the call out. Still like you're living in my house and you're hurting me. So for me, like it's the level of lack of like to me, yeah, to face his brother, fine. But have your own life. It's because they're all leeching. So they cannot afford to pull off the leech because
The
their entire world
mm,
become crashing
Also,
down.
we didn't even address the whole kidney that he's saying that, oh, my brother is dying slowly. Are you trying to say, Annie, like what? Like that statement made me go crazy. What are you trying to say? If your brother is dying slowly, he should go and ask God all the rubbish that he has been doing in his life. Go and ask God.
You
Because
know
these
what?
people, they think they
These
can live a hedonistic,
siblings,
useless lifestyle. Then you not come and blame the
you
wife.
know what? These
Like, come on.
siblings. I won't even say siblings. There was somebody that was okay, let me say in my circle, right? Forming that, okay, maybe they were not forming, but like, oh, you're too stressed out, you're too
Mm,
busy, you're too this, you're too that. Now, what I'm giving to you, where do you think that money is going to come from? If I'm not stressed out, I think, do you get what I'm saying? Like, you are part of my stress. That's just the honest truth. You are part of my stress, right? So for me, I think it's a similar thing. They're forming that, oh, you're cleaning our brother, but as the wife, she knows that at the end of the day, him having to maybe work more shows than he cares to work. She
Exactly.
dealing with the tired man behind the
Everything.
scenes.
And the unavailable and
Exactly.
busy man.
She had to understand that, okay, oh, I'd rather have you home 5 times a week, but because of hustle now, okay, three
Yes.
Yeah.
times a week. She has to understand that you don't care
Ah,
as long as your cash money is coming as
exactly.
as when due.
Saying that he's dying
But we
slowly. How can you
we
attribute
we
that
we
to her?
have said that before. We have said this thing plenty times. Unfortunately, in this world, especially in African culture, most especially in Nigerian culture that we know, family members seem to be very
Blood
entitled.
suckers.
Entitled to the point where they put mouth inside your matter when they've not asked them to put mouth in. Because on a serious note, in this world of in this our Nigeria of respect your seniors, Charles should not open his mouth and put mouth
On
inside.
any
Shebi, is
given
that
day.
Shebi, that's what they say now. They say, you have to respect your elders. Two-Face is his older brother. Annie is his older brother's wife.
Hmm?
You're supposed to shut the hell up in Nigerian
Even
culture.
their sister.
But then they say the Nigerian culture, but then they say the culture. Shebi, the culture always change is always changing based on per time, based on I don't
Who is
know.
involved?
Eh, because he's not supposed you say disrespect. You don't come. I don't think even if okay, Annie is ranting and then she comes out and calls Two-Face. She did not ask Charles Idibia. So
Uh-huh.
why
He's the
like
spokesperson for the family.
What do
Abba.
you mean?
You don't
But
even know. Did you ask your brother and your mother whether they are okay with this call out?
even the
Uh,
guts to even add the mother to the as a I'm just weak as a
It's
like
crazy.
the laziness is smelling. And then was it his wife or Two-Face's sister that also came to
It's
join
his
mouth?
wife. That's what I'm
It's like,
telling you. That's
How?
why I'm
Oh,
saying that
oh.
that's why that's where my missiles are targeted at.
You
It
know
is
why
his
I like
wife,
that?
according to what I saw.
You know why I like that? Because
Eh,
what Annie is suffering from,
don't mind her.
if that's how the
It can
men
happen to
in
anybody.
the Idibia family are, your tongue will reach.
Hmm.
Maybe when you reach your own turn, you too, you can keep quiet. I
That's
be
why
No,
I'm
it's
so
like
true.
so.
upset. That's why I'm so upset because who like you too, you open your mouth and you come as a co-wife.
When did you come
Hey,
into the family
sister.
itself that
Do
you're
you
open mouth? Who
understand?
sent
That's
that?
why I'm so upset. Like, auntie, sister, why? And
Can I
can
just
I
say,
just say also, John Pope or Pope John
Thank you.
and
Thanks. Thanks.
Juby Michael,
Thanks. Thanks for going there.
maybe you will not go and focus on your own family members.
Thank you
Eh?
for going there. Thank you for
Mm.
going there. I wanted to let's end on this point, right? We can disagree with was it the most mature thing to do to bring out the story on social media? Because what can we really do for you? Nothing, really.
That's the thing.
But the backlash that you're getting from what seems to be colleagues, mind you, let me take you back a little bit, right? When Nice posted
thank
a
you.
video
Mm.
of him.
Mm.
Now it wasn't it didn't leak. Nice was so proud of what he was doing in the video, right? No colleague
Mm.
bashed him. It was, and then when he even came out to beg his wife, the colleagues were just saying, Yawowa, please understand though, it's
That
the
you
devil though.
understand.
Don't let the,
Mm.
the, the woman take your home. Now tables have turned.
Hmm.
The same support is now missing because a woman is involved. Are we not mad by it? I'm not saying
See.
that is the most mature thing, but she was emotional. Now,
Mm.
also, she wasn't the first person to bring a third party into her marriage. Let's not miss
Exactly.
that. The second that Two-Face brought his hungry brother and the brother's wife into this family matter. We're already in the open. The fact that I went on IG, that doesn't make me the biggest demon. We're already open in this.
Can I just say, all this, Annie knows what she signed up for. Like I said, I don't support anyone. Yeah, she knows what she signed up for, but you made marital vows. You went and you said, I do. You said all the vows and whatever. And you still apparently, allegedly, are still doing something that this woman doesn't like. And people are saying, why did she come? I don't even care. She can come anywhere and say what she wants to say because she's angry. She is fed up. She's angry. So she can say anything. But in totality, what I will say is, people need to do better. Don't let anybody undervalue you. When you value yourself the most, you will walk away from situations that are toxic, and don't make excuses for any man or woman, because it goes both ways. It doesn't just happen to women, it happens to men. So that's my own note. And please stop picking people down the streets. Two-Face should not even be married.
Oh,
I don't know why he's deceiving himself. It's true. Don't pick people on the
And
streets and think because he's fine, he loves me. Good luck. Oh. People don't change like that. It's very hard. People don't really change. Like all of us in this group, have we changed that much? Like since we were.
yes,
It's
I
true now.
have.
I
I'm
have
less
changed
angry.
though.
I'm less
If you
angry.
have
I'm
But
less
not
look at like
changed,
aggressive.
it's same.
our ideologies remain the same. You can change
No,
in
no,
certain
no. My
acts.
own has changed. There are some things that I
Okay.
was against before that I now understand as a mature person. All I want to say is that I know Rosemary Dibia's face now. If she ever comes out to call out Charles online,
Ah.
la 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 la, I will be there. I will comment for the first time because I'm very disappointed in her. You don't do that to your co-wife. That's all I have to say. That's my final note
No,
because
but again, it's because of where you will eat. Her family is eating from the Tufa side. So that's
mm,
why she has the
and
upper
then
hand and the bonus.
if you marry Charles now, what do we expect from you?
Thank you.
Abi?
Thank you. So how do
Birds of the same
she's
feather.
securing her own bag? Because
Mm,
if they come out and say, okay, we support Annie now, they focus your allowance from there. As a grown man that is married.
oh, well, they need to be careful. They need to like in me. I'm just sad about the situation because I thought at this point, seeing everything I was seeing, I thought at this point things have already been covered.
Settled,
So
yeah.
to hear Pero's name again, to hear, it's so painful, it's so annoying. I thought, okay, even if there's an arrangement that Two Face has done that Annie is cool with and everybody's
Yeah.
happy. So for Annie to bust out like this again in this 2021, I'm like, come on, really? Ha, God, it's too much. How many marriages will break this year now? Eh? I'm not saying their own has broken, no. I'm just saying, how many call outs will there be? Eh? We have not finished getting over Paul and that one and
Thank you.
Anita, of which I
Honest.
don't understand what Paul and Anita they are doing. Now they are showing us videos of how Paul is hugging her. I beg, Daddy is here. Video. I'm tired. Seeing these people are using this to cloud chase. They should stop it. They are playing with our emotions because we have invested our love in them, not because they are impacting our life in any way, but we love their talents. So they should stop this thing. I mean, I'm just so upset because this Annie and Two Face, I actually do like Annie. I like Two Face, and I like. Although I was disappointed, I feel for her because it's that kind of. So it's just so sad. And then this Paul and Anita too. I don't understand. After we saw divorce paper that has been sent, I'm seeing that Daddy went to America and then Daddy went to run a hug, and it's still the same Anita featuring it. Daddy's here. Maybe they are cordial in their divorce, but they should leave us alone. They should do that this year with themselves. Must you post it online? That's why, as they said, as comments have been saying, and we don't put your mouth in husband and wife matter.
That's it, oh. That's
Shebi,
it.
sorry to just bring this up. Shebi, when Kanye was doing his second album listing, Shebi is Kim that was there that did
Yeah.
that one marriage
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Shebi, they say they are divorcing at the beginning of the year. I don't know. So let's just keep quiet. Tomorrow now we'll see that the paparazzi will show how Bill was leaving Melinda Gates' house.
Bam.
See, let's leave these people alone. Me, I don't even believe any of these rubbish people again. If they like, they should go and sit down. Imagine, let me not even talk because that would be an expensive joke. I wanted to say, imagine if Two Face brings album, I will not even listen to it. You can't play with my emotions like
I was
that.
reading to Ian made this morning, and honestly, I felt some type of way, like because the simply I've cancelled the band now. Like, I don't listen to the band's songs.
Yeah.
But like,
Anymore.
yeah, like so this hit me. I was like, because as Fa said, yes, you are well known for being humble, but you can't treat human beings like this. You make a choice. You either want Pero or you want, and like this back and forth, this is ridiculous.
The only benefit of that I'll give Two Face is, do I really know who Annie is?
Yeah,
Do I really know who Annie
but
is?
if Annie is a mad person, then why did you propose to her? Why did you have one more kid with her? Like,
That's
as
another
in, dig what
thing.
I'm saying. So like, no matter how bad Annie is, you are still with her. You're still celebrating her, whether it's for optics or not. So, like, make it like she didn't put a gun. Again, as I said, Annie had stopped chasing him at the point when he proposed. So, so I don't. So for me, I just feel like, and this is why it always scares me, like men marrying out of maybe pity because you were there when I don't like. It's better for you to break her heart one time and say sorry. I know, like you were there, but
This is who I am. This is
or I want somebody else down to now do a lifetime. Because to me, I feel like your heart is always where your heart is, no matter how much you want to package it. That becomes your own personal stance. Do you get what I'm saying? To say, okay, let me close my eye, like nonsense. But yeah.
Anyway, I hope they solve their issues, and I hope the issue is not even bigger than it is, because she obviously did not spell out exactly what
The current trigger.
Yeah, so because she just went around, she didn't spill it out fully, and obviously Two-Face is not going to talk. Pero never talks, so
no, Pero may give us a
snippet,
a sub,
yeah.
Okay. I'm expecting that this weekend.
I'm
Also,
just
can I
tired.
say, since the brother is saying that Annie is doing this and that, it's possible. I've seen some women that end up marrying men that mess them up, and they're like, "I'm going to mess you up. When I marry you, I will deal with you." And I've seen men do it. So maybe, because we don't know this one. Everybody, even her brother,
No,
but they said that
Efe, even if I agree that, let's even agree that, okay, Annie is cheating, right? You will be a hypocrite as Two-Face's brother, right? Because to me, at that point, they are both in an open thing, because you know what your brother is doing, you are aware of it, right? So for me, you can only have that moral stance where, okay, maybe your own brother has been faithful.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
At least what he said is what he said. He didn't say cheating. He said drugs and juju.
Yeah, and both of them are doing drugs. Forget that thing. So it's calling Annie. We know Two-Face. Like half the time he's high. So what are you saying about drugs?
Again, it's the same story that they cook up when they don't like the wife.
Don't mind
they're doing jazz.
And anything he's going through, he deserves it. Karma is real. People think it's not real. I keep saying it's real. And Annie might be even experiencing her own karma. Two-Face to explain his own karma in the same kidney. So now them sir, because this like Eka was saying, this Paula and Anita now, Daddy is here. when before Daddy was not there. 7.8 million, calm down.
See, my thoughts are going out for the children, because in all of this, you have kids. There are kids seeing these things. There are kids now. Two-Face's children, unlike even Paul and Anita's children, Two-Face's children are grown up. Almost all of them, they would have phone. I'm sure they are seeing all these things. They have social media. It's not fair on them, because they didn't choose all this whole thing. They didn't choose the parents that they were giving, and all this drama. Already they're already doing a Solomon kind of life, of daddy has step brother and sister here and here and here. It's a lot.
Can I also say Two-Face? There's some men that don't take responsibilities. You guys, you remember that song? Holy Pass. Listen to the lyrics. Holy Pass. You guys say Holy Pass. Telling you, please, nobody should disturb me. So some men are like that. Yeah. Holy Pass. But guy is telling you who he is. you went to go.
No, but nobody. I agree with him. Holy Pass, my brother, because that's Zubi Michael, for example. No Holy Pass. I don't know what he's making out there now, because we don't know his story. He should keep quiet and jump Paul. Abi, what's that was name? I don't like people that will come now and cha. That's why they are coming to talk now, because they know Holy Pass. Instead of you to face your family members, you're coming to come and call somebody out. I beg.
Even Raindrops. Oh, that Raindrops song too. He said you should something know how to use your device. I don't know if he's taking his own his own advice.
If they leave Two-Face lyrics, say no, na beg.
I'm so angry.
Let me not go and listen to the song and be thinking. Anyway, everybody has their demon, and their demons are really affecting them. Two-Face demon has been demonizing him.
Stay away from people that have demons, baggage, anything baggage. Count everybody. Please don't put yourself inside that. I beg you.
Hey,
let's avoid stories that
I really hope for them, because I like two of them as a couple. I actually do. But then I would prefer two of them. as singletons
Yes.
if coupleship is becoming a problem.
It's a stress up.
Just remain friends or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Because I don't think they cannot be friends. Like
Yes.
I think they are actually very close.
Mm-hmm.
But then maybe this what do you call it? Commitment of a thing is doesn't work.
Is the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, I think so. So let's just say, okay, we will be
We're
atheists in
friends.
this particular part of our life, and just after all, we had the children outside.
Yes.
Let's just, because like I don't get it. It's just
Mm-mm.
it's a problem.
Anyway,
Mm.
ladies, it's been real. All the best.
Yeah. Thank
So,
All the best for real.
our sister in the Lord.
all the best to the Dibias.
At the end of
Idibia.
the day, funny burger. Like see me dropping lies.
See if his mouth. If he has dropped, in
Like
fact,
3
Two-Face has
albums.
given us Two-Face has given us the lyrics to all these problems.
Oh,
Chibaba,
goodness
oh.
gracious.
Hey,
All right,
if not for the
ladies.
love we have for himself, for counselor,
As
but
in,
he's too legendary. Peace out,
goodbye.
girls.
Peace out.